Hey everybody, welcome back to Championship Week episode of The Preacher and the Prodigy. We have come all the way through the regular season, and now we're down to two teams in each conference, and it's been a big week already. Huge victory for us, maybe the biggest Michigan victory of your lifetime. So we're happy about that, but there is work left to do. Just like the United States beat the Soviet Union in hockey, the work was not done until they beat Finland. So there is work for each one of these teams, and we're going to go right through the games that we have here and offer a little commentary as we go. Game number 1.
All right. Number 21, Houston at number 4, Cincinnati, since this is a group of 5 championship game. Cincinnati is favored by 10.5.
All right. Who are you taking?
I'm going to take Cincinnati. I think in the end, Cincinnati is going to pull away this one at home.
I think Cincinnati is very much committed to seeing this thing through to the end, putting the pressure on the committee. I'll go with you, and I'll take Cincy to cover.
All right. 15 Pitt versus 16 Wake Forest. First ACC championship game that hasn't featured Clemson in a while.
Yeah, we're the Tigers. They're at home.
Pittsburgh is favored by 3.
Pittsburgh is favored by 3, and the game's in Charlotte.
Yep.
Give me Wake. I like Wake here. The offense, the clawfence, a lot of offense in this game. What's the over-under on this? Probably like 175 points or something like that. But give me Wake Forest to outlast Pittsburgh in the end.
I'm going to disagree with you. I'm going to take Pitt. I think Pitt's defense is better at stopping Wake's offense than Wake's defense is as good as stopping Pitt's offense, because Pitt at the beginning of the season and still does have a potential Heisman candidate.
That doesn't make anything about their defense, though.
Well, their defense is better than Wake Forest, and their offenses are almost alike. So.
Game number 3.
Yeah. Oregon versus Utah. That game is tonight. Utah's favored by 2.5 after being.
What was the final score in the first game between these two?
38-7 Utah.
38-7 Utah, and the line now is
Utah by 2.5.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go Utah again after seeing what happened last time they played. I'm going to go to Utah. I think 2.5 is too small.
I agree. I think they can cover. Players are mostly the same. Dynamics are different. It's not in that environment on Salt Lake City, but I think Utah's got the better chance in this game. Utah maybe not have the better team, but they have the better chance in this game.
Yeah. All right, Big 12 title game. Number 9 Baylor versus number 5 Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State made it after beating Oklahoma in Bedlam. Oklahoma State is favored by 5.5. Who you got?
I'm taking Baylor. I'm taking the dog here. I think that the pressure is on Oklahoma State here to try to get in the playoff. I think Baylor playing for playing for themselves, playing for Dave Aranda, their coach. Give me Baylor on the 5.5.
Yeah, I'm going to disagree with you on this one too. I'm going to take Oklahoma State. I think Oklahoma State's defense is good enough to stop Baylor's offense, and I think Mike Gundy really, really wants this one to try and get to the playoff.
All right.
Then we got Big 10 championship game. Our Michigan Wolverines versus mostly your Iowa Hawkeyes.
Mm-hmm.
The line on this game is Michigan by 11. Yeah, I'm probably going to take Michigan on this one. I think that Iowa does not have the firepower on offense to stay with our offense, and I think that Aiden Hutchinson and David Ajabo are going to get to Spencer Petras or Alex Padilla, whoever's going to be starting that game. I think they're going to get to them a lot.
Michigan has covered in 10 out of 12 games this year. The only games they have not are against Michigan State and against Rutgers. They've covered in 10 out of 12. Vegas always seems to be underestimating Michigan in this one. I like the line. Iowa has not surrendered 30 points in 34 consecutive games, something like that. I think that trend continues. I like Michigan to win. I like Iowa to cover. I'm going to take Michigan 27-17. This is a game that, you hope all the conspiracy theories about officials trying to get the team from their conference in the playoff come true. And the Lucas Oil Stadium is rocking with Wolverine fans. I can very easily see it getting out of hand for Michigan, too. But I think Michigan has to come down to some degree after what happened. I think Iowa's going to shorten the game. They're going to dink and dunk. They're going to use Laporta a lot. They're going to use Goodson a lot. They're going to try to take a lot of time off the clock and try to stay ahead of the stick so they're not in deep, long passing downs, because if they are, they're going to die.
Yeah.
I also think, bonus prediction this one, I think given the push coming out of the Michigan Athletic Department, Hutch for Heisman, Aiden Hutchinson is on the field for one offensive play as perhaps a tight end or an H-back to try to get him a touchdown, because he got robbed in East Lansing of a touchdown on the Ajabo strip sack that got called back. I think Michigan tries to get Aiden Hutchinson a touchdown in this game to bolster his Heisman credentials.
Bold prediction. All right, then we head to Atlanta, Georgia, where the Georgia Bulldogs, number 1 in the country, will be facing the number 3 Alabama Crimson Tide. This is the first time in Kirby Smart's career that Alabama has been an underdog this big against Georgia. Alabama has won 3 straight times after Georgia has been leading all those games. UGA is favored by 6.5.
I'm taking Bama. I mean, I think the Bama's just been bottling it up a little bit here, and this is another one of those Nick Saban versus one of his proteges games. I think Alabama detonates here with Jamison Williams after his targeting ejection last time, but I think he's back for the first, because it was a first half ejection last time.
So too.
I think Brian Robinson. I think that the Alabama offense gets it going, and I think Alabama might win the game outright. But I'm definitely taking nearly a touchdown.
Nah, I'm going to take Georgia in this one. I'd be surprised if Alabama scores more than 30 points in this game, given how good their
I don't disagree
entire
with that.
offense. I'd be surprised if they score 30. I'd be surprised if they score 27. I just don't think that Georgia. That means that Georgia has to win 34-27. I think they can do that. I think that their defense is so good, they're so stacked everywhere, that Bama's offense is going to have trouble scoring the ball. And I think that Georgia's offense has not looked spectacular, but gets the job done and scores 35+. So
I think this game's 24-21 Georgia.
Nah, I'm going to take UGA by over a touchdown.
All right, so those are our predictions. You did wise too. You picked against me in 3 games. That's 3 games you could potentially make up.
Which means we
or
could
4,
be tied.
maybe four.
I think it's 3, but which means that we could be tied because I'm 3 games behind you. Which means that come bowl season, I have a chance to have the upset.
Yeah, potentially. All right,
Yeah.
peace.